Hi class, welcome to week 6. I am back from my trip to Kenya and had a wonderful time leading the East Africa Women's Retreat. They had me come out there and talk about spiritual formation and emotional well-being. So I was able to use both my therapist hat and my spiritual formation hat. So I worked with there were some missionaries, some NGO leaders, some community development people, and some whose spouses were in those roles. So it was a diverse and, speaking of cultural diversity, and wonderful group to be with. They have a lot of courage for living where they are and doing what they do. So keep that in mind as you're looking to your future on how you can use this training you're getting. Is missionary care, expatriate care is a wonderful way to use what you've learned. And what you're talking about and digging into in this course will help you as you work with these people. I talked to one woman, I would present a couple times a day and then send them off into groups. And I also would meet with any of them who wanted to talk for an hour. Couldn't do a lot of counseling, but could at least talk with them. And one of the women I met with, she's married to a Kenyan, and she's white. And they're having some marital problems. They have 3 children. The oldest, I believe, is 10. And it was an interesting conversation about their negative cycle of interaction, but also bringing in the Kenyan culture piece juxtaposed against the Caucasian North American piece. So it was an interesting conversation. I want to talk to you about what's coming up this week, and also I will look over everything that Mrs. Lamb graded. So if you have any questions about that, be sure to bring them to me. It's always different when someone jumps into a course and you don't know their grading style and everything. So don't worry if you have concerns. I'll look over it all. But that's the only way we're able to take a week off. So I hope it went well for you. And she's a lovely person and very insightful. So I hope you gained from your experience with her. I'll be grading the cultural genograms, and if you kept the rubric in front of you while you were working on it, you should do well. The point is, and I saw this as Brooke talked about it in her video that she mentioned it, that you're thinking about being in the therapy room and how those ethnic groups that have influenced you are coming out in your work with clients. And we often are very unaware of these influences, and so this was an exercise in helping you be aware of what has shaped you and your family of origin in regard to ethnicity. So that's what I'll be looking for. And what is coming up this week, you'll reflect on it in your post. Again, be sure to cite the readings of the week. That is part of the requirement as you talk about what was kind of the takeaway for you in doing the cultural genogram. And then the assignment that we talked about in the very first week as we had our conversations on the phone, the minority assignment is due, so I really look forward to reading those. It's always enjoyable to see what you experienced, and I guess I could easily write one now from my week, 10 days overseas, but certainly was immersed, and there were a few tricky times when I was traveling and was on my own, and it was, you just realize how dependent you are on the kindness of strangers. So Definitely an immersion experience. So take care and hang in there. We are almost done with the term, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.